In the Pittsburgh Steelers' first loss of the 2024 season, a 27-24 defeat to the Indianapolis Colts, quarterback Justin Fields had a performance that was both promising and frustrating. Fields engineered a near comeback, showing flashes of his dual-threat talent while also committing costly mistakes that ultimately led to the team's downfall. Despite the loss, the game offered a glimpse of the potential future for Fields as the Steelers' starting quarterback, a version of him that could help the team win if they managed to clean up their execution and avoid self-inflicted errors. A tale of two halves for Fields and the Steelers. Fields started the game slowly, along with the rest of the Steelers' offense. After the Colts, led by rookie quarterback Anthony Richardson, marched down the field on an 8-play, 70-yard drive to score a touchdown in the first quarter, the Steelers responded with a punt, unable to generate any momentum. The situation worsened when Richardson left the game with a hip injury, forcing veteran backup Joe Flacco into action. Flacco, despite being the second-string quarterback, immediately made an impact, throwing a 4-yard touchdown pass to Josh Downs just 2 plays after coming off the bench. Pittsburgh's offense remained stagnant in the early going, failing to convert a crucial 4th-and-1 situation that ended a promising drive in the first half. On their next possession, Fields fumbled while trying to extend a play, though the Colts failed to capitalize on the turnover. Inconsistencies in execution plagued the Steelers throughout the first half, with missed opportunities and turnovers preventing them from putting points on the board. By halftime, the Steelers found themselves down by 14 points, a deficit that grew even more concerning as the defense struggled to adjust to Flacco, a far more polished passer than Richardson. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin admitted that the defensive game plan, which had been designed to contain Richardson's mobility, was not well suited to defend Flacco, who picked apart the Steelers' secondary with ease. However, after managing just 3 points in their first 7 drives, Fields and the offense came alive in the second half. Fields accounted for 233 of his 367 total yards in the second half, leading the Steelers to 3 straight touchdown drives that nearly completed an improbable comeback. The spark in the second half. The Steelers' first scoring drive was sparked by Fields' arm, but finished by his legs. He completed a deep 38-yard pass to wide receiver George Pickens, threading the ball perfectly as Pickens used his outside leverage to haul it in. Fields then scrambled for 6 and 5 yards to finish the drive, scoring Pittsburgh's first touchdown and giving the team a glimmer of hope. On the very next drive, Fields continued to build momentum, spreading the ball around to multiple receivers. A screen pass to running back Najee Harris gained 32 yards, with Fields also drawing a roughing the passer penalty that moved the Steelers into scoring range. After a missed connection with Pickens, Fields scrambled once again, faking a pass before taking the ball into the end zone himself to bring Pittsburgh within 1 score. The third touchdown drive was Fields' most impressive of the day. He delivered a 37-yard strike to Pickens and followed it up with a 12-yard completion to Van Jefferson. Then, with the Steelers facing a crucial moment, Fields dropped back and delivered a precise pass to tight end Pat Freiermuth, who powered his way into the end zone to cap off the drive. This score pulled the Steelers to within 3 points with just over 2 minutes left in the game, setting up a dramatic finish. The late game collapse. Despite the heroics of the second half, the Steelers' final drive ended in disappointment. After scrambling for 12 yards to jumpstart the drive, Fields found Jefferson for what would have been a 9-yard gain. However, a crucial miscommunication between Fields and his center, Zach Frazier, turned the situation into a nightmare. Fields signaled for the snap but looked away at the Colts' defensive backfield to check the coverage. Frazier, not realizing Fields was still making adjustments, snapped the ball too early, hitting Fields in the face mask and sending the ball loose. Though Fields quickly recovered the ball, the Steelers were pushed back 22 yards, and the momentum evaporated. With the Steelers now facing an uphill battle, Fields was unable to connect on his next 2 passes, and a subsequent 11-yard gain by Harris ended the game as time expired. The Colts had secured the win, and the Steelers suffered their first loss of the season, dropping to 3-1 while still maintaining their lead in the AFC North. The bigger picture. Fields' potential and pitfalls. Despite the defeat, Fields' performance offered both encouragement and concern. His stat line, 22 completions on 34 attempts for 312 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interceptions, was his best of the season. He also rushed for 55 yards and 2 touchdowns, demonstrating the dual-threat ability that makes him such a dangerous weapon. Fields' passer rating of 104.0 was his highest of the year, and he managed to avoid the turnover issues that have plagued him in the past, save for the botched snap and a third-quarter fumble. However, Fields was also candid about the mistakes that cost his team the win. "I was just trying to get that final picture before the snap came," he said, referring to the botched snap late in the game. "After I kicked my leg, I got to be ready for the ball no matter what. It's on me. Fields also acknowledged that the team's overall execution was lacking throughout the game. We knew the whole day they weren't stopping us. We were just stopping ourselves, he added. It's kind of crazy we stopped ourselves in the last drive too. Head coach Mike Tomlin echoed Fields' self-assessment, praising his quarterback's resilience but expressing frustration with the team's sloppiness. I appreciate his fight, Tomlin said, but he and we were a bit sloppy at times. Too sloppy to comfortably secure this victory.